Well, folks, I'm out on the Mississippi River again. I want to start this video. I'm about to run over a buoy here. Sorry about the sun. I was looking down here. They're building a rock dike down here. I don't know about that. There's going to be a lot of activity down there. I was going to run way south today and work my way back up, but I don't know, I might go down below them. But anyways, I want to start this video by thanking everybody that watches me. Without y'all, I probably wouldn't have been out here today. It's kind of going to be a high pressure day. The fish seem like they're always kind of hard to find on a high pressure day, but you just never know until you get out here and get with them and mess with them and see what they're doing. I think that I'm gonna go back upstream and start up there, because like I said, there's 4 barges, a crane. Here, I'll just turn around, maybe y'all can see it. But anyways, it looks like they're building a rock dike up there. So I'm gonna hit these few dikes right here, kind of see what the fish are doing. And I might, hopefully, if they're biting here, I might not even have to go down through there. I was wanting to fish cover today, and there's a few rock dikes down there that's got brush behind them and deep holes and everything, but I don't want to get in them folks' way. So I got a smorgasbord of bait today. I don't know. I'm gonna throw little shad to begin with till I see what's going on, how they're biting. I don't know about this wind noise. I'm gonna try to block as much of it as I can with my body. And probably if I get a bite, I'll turn the camera towards the bite. It's a cold, blustery March day. It was supposed to be a transition day, but I guess the transition happened last night while I was asleep, because I'd planned on it being a low pressure going into a high pressure, but the high pressure come in overnight and it is raising fast, the high pressure or the pressure. I did see a few fish up in here in this slack current on sonar. They was not anywhere I expected them to be. But if you can find fish on a day like today, there's usually quite a few of them there and you can catch them. Boy, there's some mansions there on top of the hill. It wasn't even supposed to be windy today, like 8 miles an hour. And it might die down later on. I've been noticing something strange about this year. The wind blows hard in the morning and then about noon it'll die down. Usually it's opposite. It'll not blow of a morning and then noon she'll fire up. But I'll get my hopes up and it'll just blow harder at noon today. I think there's going to be a lot of activity on the river today with them building that dike down there. I might have to venture below that just to get on the other side of the river and fish the wind and the current where I can keep everything in line. My far left-hand pole's getting a slow bite. I was just fixing to reel everything in, and he kind of hit it a little bit. Maybe he'll come back for it. That fish right there was way up in the shallow and no current, and it acted like it might have been a decent little fish. Hard to say, but that's generally the way it works. About the time you dedicate to move, there he goes again. About the time you dedicate to moving, you'll get a bite. And it could very well be a channel cat or something like that. Well, I kind of think he was fiddling with it again. About the time I reached down to grab a pole, he was... I don't think it's anything that we want to jack with. I'm going to kind of reel out and see what happens. Kind of a real sluggish bite. I don't know. Might have. Hell, Harry. I don't know what he's doing. I think I got him. He don't come off. Sometimes you can almost tell when them fish comes off or gonna come off. They get kind of wild down there, and it's not a bad little old fish, whatever it is. Couple 3-pounder. No drag stripper, that's for certain. Blue cat. He's just a little blue cat doing blue cat things. Probably made me sit here another 10-15 minutes. What he done? Fat, pretty fish. First fish of the day. He's taking off with it, guys. I feel like he's gonna tangle me up. I feel like he's got another line. He does. This is not good. This is gonna be aggravating. Well, it don't look like two. Looks like a good one to put in Kyle's bucket for his fish fry. But it don't look like he's got everything jacked up too bad. One more for Kyle's fish fry. Nice little old blue. This feels like it's got a bale of hay on it. It does. God. Oh. Reminds me of the Ohio River the other day. Well, I found a good home for them. I'm pretty stoked about this place. It's got brush in it, got drop-offs, got enough current to do something with. It's going to keep me pointed in the right direction unless the wind decides to go around. Boy, look at that. Unless the wind decides to go in circles. That middle pole's going down. Another one for Kyle's fish fry. Oh, he might be too big for Kyle's fish fry. I don't think so. I don't think he's all that big. Not big enough that I'm worried about him coming off, as you can see. Point that camera back up so y'all can see the pole. Good 3-pound blue. Good one for Kyle's fish fry. Usually right now is when you get the monster bite, when you got your hands full. Good little dab of them in there for Kyle's fish fry. So I'm at a different kind of place here. This is a long flat and a drop off that had fish ranked on top of one another out there. But I do not know what they were. So I figured I'd throw down into them and see. And there was some big fish there. Throw down into them, see what they are. If they don't bite pretty quick, then go on to the next place. I don't like this place, but just because I don't like it don't mean there ain't fish here. I like to fish shallow water because I feel like that, contrary to popular belief, I think big ones get out here in this shallow water. They was sure fish ranked up on one another out there, but they could have very well been silver carp. It looks like a place where silver carp could lay. Good bite there in the middle. Like I said, I could very well be wrong. This could be the cat's meow of holes. He's still on there. I'm gonna reel down on him. He's a taking drag. I don't know what he's trying to do. He ain't my 60-pounder I'm hunting for, that's for sure. But it's a good fish. He come off whenever I done that. I do not remember where I had that pole throw. Off in there somewhere. I'm just curious if the way he bit it wasn't a channel cat. I think I had that thing thrown right in there somewhere. It wasn't all that deep, and off to my left it's kind of deeper. That landed in about 10 foot of water. I think that one was too big for Kyle's fish fry, but not my 60-pounder. Say would have went 10. So we're in another place. Kind of showed lots of fish here. There's a drop off right behind us. The river's running backwards. Shallower water. I'm gonna see how it's gonna do, because they're tending shallow. Should have switched over to my littler sinker poles, but I had my good bait on these poles. We'll give them a little while here and see what happens. But at least you can fish here. The wind and the current and all that's going the same direction. For the most part. Usually when that wind's a kicking it like this, you can't keep your poles out in the water. I might have got out of them, they might have quit, they might have moved to a different kind of place. There's variables. And I think it was Einstein talked about variables, or some great thinker. And this has been the way it's been going. They've been biting good of a morning, and about 10 or 11 they shut down. And then usually they start back up around 3 or 4, but here lately it's been like they just turn a switch. Must have been them fish that sent that memo out to the rest of them. The middle pole's getting a bite. Yay, we got a bite. Don't feel like he was that interested in it. When we first started today, you couldn't throw a pole out without it getting a bite. In the dead of winter time, they kind of hang out behind these dikes. It might be warming up enough the river raising too a little bit. They might be traveling. They're heading to Minnesota. I don't know why they'd want to go there, but if I could figure out how to sit down, I'd sit down for a little bit. Sit down on my water jug. Oh yeah. There's a whole lot of not getting any bites going on. That far left-hand post getting a bite. Well, I'm gonna get up and reel down on it. Maybe it's another one for Kyle's fish fry. See, that's the deal. I kind of think they're up here in the shallower water, jacking around. If it's a blue cat, it might be a channel. He's sure doing a lot of stuff down there. It's a blue cat. About right for Kyle's fish fry. He won't open his mouth neither. Boy, that's crazy. I knew if he'd ever open his mouth, I'd get him. Good 4-pound blue. Well, I've got a last ditch effort right here. I've got 5 poles thrown out there, fresh bait. There was fish everywhere. If I do get one, it's going to be a tangled up mess. And the wind has got me so messed up now that I wouldn't know if I got a bite or not. Got 2 poles back behind me. It's just been one of those days when nothing's went right. So much barge traffic on the river that you couldn't do nothing on the river. Couldn't anchor because the wind was in the wrong direction everywhere. Just a bad day. I mean, that's like the 20th barge I've seen today. He's probably going to change the course of the river and screw me up. That's just the way the day's gone. Just been crazy today. I'd put another pole out if I had room to throw it. Do we have quiet? I do believe that I do not hear anything. I don't know how this is going to work, but I'm going to give her a whirl here for a little bit and then call it a day. I would say that if I put all these poles up and grabbed an 8-ounce sinker, I would be in business. So that's what I'm going to do. It's the only kind of place I haven't tried yet is where this river stays in turmoil. That pole I ain't gonna worry about. You never know, we might hang a big one right here real close to dark like this. I ain't gonna give them much longer. I'm tired of being here. I'm getting frustrated. Dog feller get dizzy sitting here. Well, folks, I'm about to call it. We've caught a few fish today. Nothing spectacular on size. There's always the next time. It's a bad thing about having to work all the time. You got one day you can go, you know it ain't gonna be a good day before you even start, but you gotta go, because if you don't, you won't get to go for another week. I will try to make a video of this. You don't catch a big one every time you go.